Well, good afternoon, folks. My name's Ian, and of course, welcome to me shed. Welcome to me channel. Right, hashtag restoration challenge. Following on from my earlier video, it's about time I actually got stuck in. Okay, people who didn't watch the last video, group of friends that I'm with, put out a challenge, find something old, restore it. Supposedly to take us outside of our skill set, learn new skill sets, make things a challenge. However, although I had 6 weeks to do the thing, I am now roughly 5 hours off the end of the challenge time. So what I will be pushing is myself to get this done. Straight in. I really am holding this guy mostly responsible. Bagot Corner came out with the idea. Talked to him about it in the background. He egged him on and then put it out through the rest of us. Still, why not? Beats scrapping. The object of today's very quick, rushed and restoration is this. It's a Stanley, I think, number 78 Rebate plane, complete with fence. Really rare to find one with fence, but missing the depth stop and cross grain blade which goes in there. Depth stop, I could probably manufacture something, so I won't just finish it at this. Right, without much ado, we need, I don't have any evaporust or stuff like that. I don't think really there's any rust on here that I can't get off with some emery paper. I've got some variety of brushes, manual and sticking in a drill. But first, I think we'll stick it in here. And we've got some diesel, degreaser and some penetrating fluid. So it won't come out unless it's stuck up. Right, let's get bits. And we're going to leave that while we have a drink of tea, because as you know, I've now gone teetotal for a bit. Oh, that's been leaving for a while. That turned easily enough. That thumb screw, what about that one? And that did as well. Right, so it seems not going to be too difficult. There's certainly a bit of rust and gunge on the blade. That's going to take some work, but never mind. Let the dog see the rabbit. Oh, that come off easy enough. It's remarkable, that penetrating fluid. Right, the next thing, of course, I think, is to give it some of this heavy industrial degreasing stuff and git scrubbing. This, of course, is reversible. It can come out of that side and go in that side there. So it's I get some teeth brushes on it. There's a bit more rust on this than what I thought, so it ain't gonna be, well, I think without some vapor rust I don't know what I'm gonna do. Right, I'm gonna carry on scrubbing. Yeah, there's definitely some gunk in this stuff, but it is coming off. And if I've got any fingers left at the end of this, that side is definitely feeling a bit pitted. But onwards and upwards. Wow, I think this is going to clean up just okay. The thumb screw won't come out. Yes, it will. No, it won't. I do not want to snap that off in there. Oh, we're winning. Oh yes, we've come out. Right. All goes in the dog bowl, I think. There's a hole in the end of this rod. I think it's not stiff. Right, that come off easy enough, but it is quite pitted. We're going to have to do. Can you do electrolysis in an hour? I don't know. Might give it a try. I think I'm going to try giving that a little punch. If it comes off, it comes off. If it doesn't, it stays in. As it happens, last week I bought a set of punches from Aldi, and that one will fit, so we ain't gonna go hammer and tongs at it. Let's see if it does move. There'll be a lot of people here saying you don't do that. Oh, it's easily moving. I'm a lucky chap. This stuff's not hard at all. Right. That goes back that way. Right. Okay, with those off, I'm going to do something drastic with this. So I'm going to take you outside. Well, I said it was going to be drastic. in all the nooks and crannies there, I think. Right, let's try clean everything up. Ah, well, that's had a wash. Now, you lot might recall that I picked up this the other day, which is a hairdryer. I think I can use that just to give that a little dry. Right, I've got that a little warm actually. It's just a matter of getting all the rust off, and old paint for that matter. He's cleaning up nice with a little bit of elbow grease. What do we think? Cleaning up nice with a bit of elbow grease. Right. Have a good way to go though. Good way to go. I think it's time to bring out the power tools. Okay, time to get the big guns out. Let's make the job a little easier, eh? A little one getting into gaps and a bigger one for other stuff. Okay, we'll start off a little rough and then go a little bit smoother. Always have one of these on, you never know what's going to fly off. Well, taking a brief interlude from all that wire brushing, and I decided to put some of these parts just in clear white vinegar. Now, you might not be able to tell, but there are bubbles, so I guess the vinegar, the acetic acid, is in fact attacking the iron oxide, the rust. But I ain't going to leave it in there too long, but we'll see. I don't suppose it can do it any harm if it's only in there for an hour or two. Didn't dawn on me, only just noticed it now that I've cleaned it up. It's made in the US of A, so I really don't know how he's got hold of that. I think it's time to clean this plate up. The sole, I don't know. To that, I think we need to find some wet and dry cloth. And there'll be some in here, definitely. We also need something flat, and I have just the thing. Yep, I said I had just the thing. Once upon a time I got this broken piece of marble off this old fireplace, very nice and flat. Of course, it wasn't actually broken until about 2 minutes ago when I broke it. So that's a shame, because I've probably had that a good while. Maybe I can glue it. No. Maybe I can get rid of it, even better. Still, that is going to be big enough to put my various sheets of wet and dry, and it'll be kind of like stick it on there, spray some water on, and rub it up and down like that to smooth and clean the bottom. After that, I think it'll be a matter of getting my stones out. and rubbing my stones. Stay over it. Right, I got some very nice ones, very fine ones. So there's lots of things we can do to get this nice and smooth. Okay, a little bit of a long and laborious process, but well, this is the way we're going to go, and we'll go finer and finer. Oh, this is definitely getting tedious. We've got a very fine one, which allows me to get in there and stone the plate that the blade sits on and the frog sits on, and that is a very, very fine grit. So that's working out very nicely. Right, hours and hours of stoning. Right, well, I am in danger of getting carried away with this. As old as this is, there is still some casting marks on the top of the handle. So I'm just going to draw file the top of those casting marks off. Right, doesn't do anything for the functionality of the piece, but you know, might make the paint work just that little bit better. Right, like you say, I just do that. I don't know if you can see the high spots as I'm doing that. Can you see? Possibly not. There's a paint here, but it must be applied rather rough because there's high spots appearing. So let's just smooth them off, because that's where the is it the frog sits. Yeah, definitely something there. You can't make a silk purse out of a sow's ear, can you? Right, a bit more filing, a little bit more stoning, and I think we might be getting ready to give it a clean. It's hours later. The stuff's still in the vinegar. We'll go and rescue that shortly. Right, I think there's a nice and shiny. Now, can't help it. This is many decades old, and there is some pitting. I've got it's flat, but there is some pitting on there as well. Not a lot I can do about that, but we are now ready for paint. So we'll first give it a bit of clean with some brake cleaner. Right, we've also given it a blow dry with the Bunsen burner. We're masking tape up. I can't remember if it was John's Workshop or Mr. Factotum's channel that's saying that when you put masking tape on, if you take a file, you can just go across the edge like that and rip it off, and you get a very neat edge. And I never knew that. He works on round bits as well. So thank you, John, or Kev. I can't remember which channel it was. Be sure to put it in comments if it was yourself that would put that tip on the channel. I'm sorry, I'm trying to think and do something at the same time. Talk and do something at the same time. I ain't very much good at multitasking. No, I'm not a multitasker. Right, we've got to do that bit now. I think another tip was shown, as in you take a hammer, small hammer, and you just tap it round the edges. Might actually still work with the file. Well, I've got to get that middle bit out. Well, kind of got an apology here. I got so carried away, so much into the zone of things, that I started spraying it up. And I thought, shit, I'm not even filming it. So fortunately, I didn't do the other side. Now then, I'm trying to go for a sympathetic restoration, a sensitive restoration. As in, it's supposed to be, when you buy these, the gloss black. But to me, that makes it, I don't know, shiny and new. And it's not really what I want. So I'm going to use some satin black. It's my taste. Might not be everybody else's taste. I do have, some of you long-standing viewers will know, some of my granddad's paint. That's 50 years old, and that's Jap lac, which is actually, if you go back to the very first manufacturing of these, if you Google it, Japanning is a very thick layer of black, very hard wearing, very glossy. I'll say paint as a loosely named term. I could apply that, but I'm not, because this is supposed to be up in next hour or two. So I've masking taped it all up, so it doesn't really. I can scrape the masking tape off afterwards. And to me, I'm getting a rather nice finish there. Like I say, a sympathetic, sensitive restoration. Well, that, and I've got a tin of satin black. All that's left to do now is to basically let that dry, and so I can just do the bull nose here, can't I? So with the plane, you can't see that. With the body nice and dry, just got to pull off that masking tape. Right, I've rescued the bits from the tub of vinegar. That seems to have actually done some good. But the next thing will be to put them on the wheelie brush. But I want to show you 1 minute of that, less than a minute of that, because after all, you've seen me do it before. Nice thick glove, because rolled in tiny bits. Switch on. And I'll reposition you because of all that vibration. that. It's cleaning up very nicely. Tell you what, you don't want to do that without a good thick pair of gloves on. Leather gloves. Cows skins are pretty thick, you know. Right, that's cleaning up very nicely. I'll carry on with the rest of the bits. See you at the assembly. Right. So, with all those nicely wire brushed up, and the screws all come up really nice, it's time to sharpen this blade. First of all, we'll flatten it, get me stones out again, and a few not an hour, I don't know, 20 minutes or so doing this, but it's almost 9 PM in the evening, so I will finish this off assembly in the morning. And the morning after, it's time now to sharpen this blade up. I've tried on the oil stones. I'm not really getting nowhere. What I've done is actually put 2 bevels on it. It's difficult to tell, but I have. So I've got my grinder out. I've used it for doing things, and there's a definite dip in the middle, so I've tried to dress it off. I needed to find something old and hard. It's difficult to find these days, and I found this broken carbide bit, which has done some good. But I know that many years ago I did indeed buy a diamond dresser. So this is where I keep all my engineering tools, which I don't need yet for a while. Zeus book. Oh, screw pitch gauge. All sorts in here, all sorts. It's new, so I'm looking for. There we go. Diamond wheel dresser. Brand new, never been used. I'll better not start digressing, have we? I've never used one of these before, so that should be interesting. Well, that worked, but I didn't expect it to put off so much carborundum dust, so I'm just going to have to hoover up, get the extraction fan on and clean up a little. With that cleaned up and hoovered up, I've set the to match that bevel between 20 and 30 degrees, and we'll just give it a little lick up and go back on the stone. Where's my helmet? Right, let's try and get this blade sharp. This is where he cuts himself. It's certainly sharp enough to shave hairs off my arm. Right, let's put this thing together. Yeah, let's put this thing together. Nice, and that moves nice and free. Right, what was next? The blade. Oh. Screw. And the blade. And the frog. And the thumb screw. That goes that way. And that goes that way. And it's kind of restored. So there's my number 78 Stanley, made in the US of A. Rebate plane. Just see if it works. Here we have a piece of softwood. I'm just going to take the guard off for a minute, set the blade. We'll see if it takes anything off. I may have set that a little too deep. Me and wood are not the bestest of things. Right. What about setting a what about doing a rebate? So stick that in there. Now let's say we want rebate there. Tighten that up. So that should just give me and there, ladies and gentlemen, is the rebate I've just rebated. So there we go, ladies and gents. Restoration challenge complete. Hope you enjoyed that in my unique way, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care.